Brethren, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in all parts of the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. Gonna be diving into the latest around Arsenal. 78 days after Gabriel Jesus picked up his injury, it looks like he's back to play for Arsenal. Now, it might not be this weekend because Mikel Arteta wants him to be out for another week, but he is back and we expect him to play either against Everton or Bournemouth. That is if Mikel Arteta decides to play him. We're going to be talking about Mason Mount as well. Arsenal, Liverpool have been linked with Mason Mount. I would love to get your thoughts and opinions in the comment in the comment box below. What do you think about Arsenal being linked with Mason Mount? And all these media outlets are saying this is a bargain deal for Arsenal. This is a deal that Arsenal should do. Let me know in the comment box below. Do you think Arsenal should walk in and move to sign Mason Mount? Arsenal are prioritizing two players at right back, Tino Livramento and Ivan Fresneda. It looks like Mikel Arteta would love to add an attacking right back to the side. We'll be discussing that. And of course, Thierry Henry and Patrick Vieira are all backing Mikel Arteta to go all the way with this Arsenal side and win the Premier League. Hit the like button, subscribe to the podcast as well. We are very close to 65,000 subscribers. And as always, find me on the 90 More podcast, and of course, you can always join the debate there. So let's get into it. First and foremost, let's start off with the Gabriel Jesus story. It's been 78 days ever since he suffered that injury, and all of us have been hoping, when is he coming back? All of us have been praying that he doesn't get a setback, that he doesn't have a problem in his recovery process. It looks like our prayers have been heard. Now, according to what I've seen, it looks like he will be back this weekend, not in action, because Mikel Arteta apparently wants to keep him out until March. And look, it's absolutely right for the manager to go, I don't want to risk my player, I don't want to risk my star man. I have a very difficult, round of games coming up in March and April. I won't play him in February, and I agree with that. Look, Arsenal, gave Granit Xhaka the same kind of treatment for 70 days when he picked up the same injury last season. This time, it has been 78 days, and Gabriel Jesus, is back. I think we need to give credit to our medical team. We need to give credit to our physio team. These guys are really doing a very, very great job. Whether there was an upgrade, whether there was a change, I don't know about that. But what I know is that Arsenal are really doing very well in terms of keeping players out of injury, but then also giving them ample time to recover. And when they recover, their injuries are not recurring. Apart from Thomas Partey, maybe, who we have had problems ever since he signed. But look at Gabriel Martinelli and his recurring injury. It's now gone. You look at players like maybe Emile Smith Rowe. He's got that groin injury. They decided he should be going for surgery. He's gone for surgery, and we hope he's gonna do better. But the rest of the team, they're actually doing very, very well. How many Arsenal players have suffered an injury this season? Yes, our players are young, and that could be a contribution, and so many other factors that are contributing to the fact that we're not suffering huge injuries. But I think the physio team must get a lot of credit. So Gabriel Jesus and Thomas Partey are expected to be back this week. Now, I know Mikel Arteta, he won't play them. He's not going to play Thomas Partey against Leicester City. He's not going to play Thomas Partey against Everton. I think he wants to concentrate on those two games, and then he can start reintegrating Partey, Smith Rowe, Gabriel Jesus into the team come March. And for me, that's absolutely brilliant. I agree with that. I am okay with that. We can win games with the current starting 11 we have. We can win games with the current starting team we have, and then Gabriel Jesus is going to be absolutely crucial to our winning the league. Look, if you remember the first games we won, were they like 15 in a row? 15 games unbeaten. You remember that run, and you remember the key player in that team. It was Gabriel Jesus. And all we are hoping for, and all I'm hoping for and praying for, is that when he comes back, he doesn't pick up those bad injuries. He doesn't, lose his confidence, and he's not afraid to throw himself into challenges. He's not afraid to take on players. He's not afraid to press. And, he's the same guy that we had 2-3 months ago. If that happens, Arsenal are definitely winning the Premier League. And I think what Pep Guardiola was looking at, he was going, can we be ahead of Arsenal before they get Thomas Partey back? can we be ahead of Arsenal before they get Gabriel Jesus back? I think it was a very, very nice strategy from Pep Guardiola, but now it is absolutely over. I think Gabriel Jesus coming back, that throws Edin Ketia out of the team right away. Thomas Partey coming back, that throws Jorginho out of the team right away. There will be only one spot for us to correct, and that will be Granit Xhaka's position. And I also still think that with Gabriel Jesus coming back, Xhaka will be playing much better. He will be a much better player, and Gabriel Martinelli will also be a much better player as well. Because with Gabriel Jesus, you're having a player who is going to activate the left-hand side. He's going to activate the left wing. He plays from there. He loves drifting out always and then allowing Xhaka and Martinelli space to run into goal-scoring opportunities and do that. So it's great to have him back. It's really, really great. I don't want us to rush him. He can take another week out. He can take another 2 weeks out. But be sure, guys, in that coming month, March, he will be starting to play for Arsenal. That has been confirmed. Look, for me, ever since they said he's come back to the London colony, I knew he's back. I definitely knew he was back. I definitely knew that his recovery process was actually going on very, very well. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. When is he going to play him? For me, it should be after the Brentford game. So the Bournemouth game. That's it. Don't play him against Leicester. Don't play him against Everton. Don't play him against Bournemouth, right? Those are 3 games. Let him have that time off. Let him, continue training with the team. And after Bournemouth, you can start playing him, because then I think March is the most important month in our title charge. If we can win all the games left for us in February, that is our Leicester City, and win all the games we have in March. That is, I think there is a Bournemouth in there. There is an Everton in there. There might be a Fulham in there. Leeds United as well in there. If we can win all our games in March, April is going to be a much easier month. But if we cannot win all our games in March, then April is going to be a very, very difficult month. Because there is Manchester City there. There is Newcastle there. Actually, Manchester City away, Newcastle away, and Liverpool away. Okay, those are 3 games that we have to play in April. And look, if you're 2 points clear on the table, when you're going into those fixtures, there is a lot of pressure. You're going to crumble, right? But Gabriel Jesus, big news. Emile Smith Rowe is expected to play for Arsenal this weekend on Saturday against Leicester City. Look, I think Mikel Arteta has done very well with Emile Smith Rowe as well. He's given him ample time to recover. He's given him ample time to come back. And he's actually not rushed him. But for me, it's about time. To be honest, it's about time. Emile Smith Rowe cannot go a full season without playing for Arsenal. It is going to absolutely deter his confidence. It is going to absolutely demoralize and destroy his confidence as a player. So for me, Xhaka should drop, Emile Smith Rowe should start. Or if Xhaka starts, just like Mikel Arteta always will do, he will start Xhaka every single day. Then Emile Smith Rowe comes off the bench in the 70th minute, right? He should have 20 minutes to play in that Leicester City. Look, you look at Leicester City, and it is the perfect ground. It is the perfect game for Emile Smith Rowe to come back. Their midfield is an agonizing shambles. Arsenal are just going to cut through that midfield just like a hot knife through butter. And if we don't, we only have ourselves to blame. So for me, Emile Smith Rowe should play against Leicester City. It is a no-brainer. According to Mikel Arteta, the past 2 games, he's been okay. He's been all right. He's been available. Mikel just didn't think it was the right time to play him. But for me, I think this weekend we will have Emile Smith Rowe. That is also there. Now, Thierry Henry did an interview with CBS Sport, and he said this Arsenal side looks like the Arsenal he can recognize. This Arsenal side looks like the Arsenal he knows, and Mikel Arteta will go all the way to win the title. These words have also been said by another Arsenal legend in Patrick Vieira. Vieira also says the trophy is Arsenal's to lose, okay? Now, I don't like the word Arsenal's to lose because the last time we were told top 4 is ours to lose, we lost it. We absolutely bottled it. So I'm going to twist the English a little bit and say the Premier League is Arsenal's to win. It's Arsenal's to win. I do not care about Gary Neville saying that Arsenal are not winning the title, Manchester City are losing the title. That is absolute bullshit. Who doesn't know that Gary Neville is a bitter rival? So look, I think Thierry Henry, as a person and player that made the history, is the last player to ever lift a Premier League title for Arsenal. He's the last player. Patrick Vieira, of course, was captaining that side, so we've got nothing to say about Patrick Vieira. He's an absolute legend for the club, and I hope we can beat Crystal Palace on the road to winning the Premier League for the very, very first time. So there is belief when the ex-players, when the legends, start to believe, when they start to look at their side as a club that can win the Premier League, as a side that can win the title, it means there is belief, there is progress, and everyone is believing in this project. Look, I think Thierry Henry was one of those people who are leading the takeover with Daniel Ek. You still remember? So there was a lot of frustration. There was a lot of frustration from ex-players, from the fans, to an extent that ex-players made a consortium with Daniel Ek to try and take over Arsenal, right? So with all that being said, there is still a lot of work to do, and I hope these legends don't put a lot of pressure on Mikel Arteta. I love the way Arsenal do their things. I love the way Arsenal run. We are not like Man United, where Rio Ferdinand has something to say, Gary Neville has something to say, all these other legends have something to say. With Arsenal, it's all about the manager and the dressing room. As long as the dressing room is happy, as long as the fans are happy, and the manager is okay and doing well, the ex-players do not interfere. But look, I love the backing from Thierry Henry. I love the backing from Patrick Vieira. Even though he's a Crystal Palace manager in the Premier League, he acknowledges the job that has been done by fellow manager Mikel Arteta, and he says Arsenal can win the Premier League. So let's hope we go all the way. Let's hope we don't actually throw it along the way. Now, there is a ghost deal. It's not actually a ghost deal, but it's a ghost rumor that Mason Mount could be on the radar for Arsenal and Liverpool. Okay, where does this come from? It comes from the fact that Chelsea are not in very good terms with Mason Mount and the contract negotiation. So Arsenal are eyeing the situation. Liverpool are eyeing the situation as well. Let me tell you something. I could be wrong about this, just like I was wrong about Marcus Rashford. If there is a player I would never sign from Chelsea, that is Mason Mount. And this is the reason. Mason Mount is a Chelsea boy. Mason Mount is a Chelsea player, like in and out. They know him. They understand him. They love him there. Like, if he fails at Chelsea, what are the guarantees that he's going to work out at Arsenal? Like, we are bitter rivals. We are London rivals. London is red. London is blue. That is all we do. That is, it's all about arguing. So for me, Mason Mount coming to Arsenal just doesn't make sense. Let the rivalry stay. Yes, it's okay for us to sign players from Chelsea. I would have taken a Tammy Abraham. I would have taken a Jorginho. I would have taken a David Luiz. I would have taken a Peter Cech, and we took all those players. But to be honest, Mason Mount, maybe Liverpool, but even Liverpool, I don't see how he helps them. I don't see how he lifts them. What Arsenal need right now is world class. Because we've got the foundation. All we need is world-class signings. Mason Mount, for me, is not a world-class signing. He's not a world-class player. And I don't think he's going to become world-class. I mean, I've said the same words with Marcus Rashford. And maybe at some point in time, I will have to take them back. But Rashford has to prove to me that he can do what he's doing right now until the end of the season. If he does that, world-class. Yeah, I'll put him in that category of world class. But for now, Mason Mount, that is a deal Arsenal should stay away from. It's a disgusting, stinky deal. Like, we cannot. We definitely cannot. If you can't sign James Maddison, don't sign Mason Mount. I don't see how he comes into this Arsenal side, improves us, elevates us. It would be signing that doesn't make any sense for me. Now, we are looking for a right back, and that would be in the sum, of course, but 2 names have been named as priority. Tino Livramento at Southampton, who has had injury problems. Mikel Arteta understands this boy. Mikel Arteta really, really does understand Tino Livramento, because this is now the 3rd summer he's tried to sign Tino Livramento, and last summer we didn't sign a right back because Tino actually picked up a long-term injury, and Arsenal made him a key member of our transfer window. The other player is Ivan Fresneda, who we wanted in January. Borussia Dortmund want him. Arsenal want him as well. It will depend on the price, but I think with Tino Livramento having Southampton going down, I know Southampton will go down. If they go down, it would be easier for us to sign Tino Livramento from Southampton rather than sign Ivan Fresneda. But let's wait and see what Arsenal will do in all that regard. Subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, Cossy Arsenal Podcast. And of course, the other podcast, the other second channel is the 90 More Podcast. And I'll speak to you in the next one.